Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of my Trove news series. So as you could tell by the title and maybe even the thumbnail, the current lead of Trove, being Avarem, is actually leaving Trion altogether. This was announced back on Tuesday with a producer's letter. I waited to make a video because I wanted to wait for their live stream today to make any, news related video, because this is actually news for the game. And like I said, he announced it Tuesday with a producer's letter. I will be leaving that link directly in the description below if you want to check out his goodbyes and check out the new leader that's going to be taking over for him, and stuff that's also we're going to cover towards the end of the video, which are going to be what's the next big updates coming to Trove. So today I wanted to talk about Avarem leaving and what that means for the game. So what does Avarem leaving the game mean for the game and the player base? What does the leader of the game mean when he's going to be leaving the game? Well, it can mean a lot, or it can mean not very much. It depends on the new person that is in charge, because what Avarem basically does, now he doesn't go by lead developer, so I could be misrepresenting his position, but he goes by executive producer. I don't know if that's the same thing. He portrays himself as a lead developer, so I'm just going to assume he is the position of lead developer, like you see with 99.99 basically every other company in the entire world besides Trion go by lead developer, and I believe that that's his position, but he goes by executive producer. I don't know, to be honest. Like I said, I'm not a developer, so I don't know if executive producer is a different position, but I've never seen anyone portray themselves as lead developer besides Avarem. I've never seen anyone above him at least appear in the community before. So if I am wrong about what I'm about to, portray as his position, then I'm sorry. Again, I'm not a developer, so I don't know. But basically, what a lead developer does, and what I'm assuming that Avarem does, is he basically approves everything for the game. He decides what goes in the game and what doesn't. To a certain extent, he does have people above him that are basically like, this is not going to make us money, so don't put it in the game, and this is going to make us money, so put it in the game. Because they're a business, so there is always people going to be above. Everyone has a boss, so he doesn't have 100% like, this goes in the game, this goes in the game. He has someone monitor him, but he's like the in-between, he has most of the creative control over the game, and that's also what he has, is creative control about how the game is going to be updated in the future. He's supposed to be the one that kind of brings the team together to decide what's next for the game. And then he's the guy that's like, okay, I like this idea, or I don't like this idea. I like this idea. Let's mash them together. That's basically his position. He kind of steers the game in the right path while not being solely the one guy that, does... Well, it's kind of hard to explain because, again, he approves everything. So he kind of does control exactly how the game is going to be, but he doesn't come up with all the ideas on his own. He does probably come up with a lot of ideas, but that's what I'm trying to get at. It could mean a lot for the game, or it could mean not very much. I'm assuming that everything that he has already announced for the game is still on track. I don't know if the new lead dev can be like, okay, we have this already set in our calendar for release, I'm just going to not release it anymore. I don't think he has any control over what's going to actually happen to the game until it's already out, maybe. Again, they have bosses as well, so I don't... There's like a hierarchy that I'm not familiar with here because I'm not a developer and I don't know the process of it. But basically, what this new dev can do is, he can decide where the game goes from now on. He's a person that could have a million ideas, and then all of a sudden the game, gets, he wants to focus on server stability. He wants to focus on client stability. He can focus on a completely different part of the game where Avarem was more, focused on a different part of the game. Again, it depends on the new leader. Avarem leaving the game doesn't automatically make the game better, and it doesn't automatically make the game worse. It depends on this new guy. His name is Rick Denother White. That's his full, name plus in-game handle. You can see him in the producer's letter, again, linked in the description. And honestly, that's all I can really discuss about the subject. We just have to wait and see. But I do want to make sure that people understand that. That's why I want to, talk about it, is because I want people to understand that this could mean either a lot or it could mean not very much. It depends on their ideologies and how they were kind of... If they have the same ideologies, the game's not going to see much difference. If they did have the same ideology or different ideologies, it depends on what his new ideology is, because I see a lot of extreme siding. Like, people are like, the game is ruined forever, and people are like, the game is going to be a million times better now that Avarem is gone. And that's just not how it works. Him leaving the game does not do anything. It 100%, him just leaving, nothing changed. he's already gone. Did the game change? No, it depends on the new guy, so we gotta just wait. He's been working at Trion apparently for a while now. You know, he hasn't really appeared on the stream or anything in the community from my understanding before, so I don't know if he's from, you know, inside of Trion, like he's not part of the Trove dev team, or if he was part of the Trove dev team. I don't know what he worked on before. You know, maybe he'll, you know, get a little bit more personal in the coming weeks, months, however long he's going to be the new leader. Probably forever, depends on his, you know, if he wants to leave the company as well. So yeah, I just wanted to give my insight once again. I want to make sure that people understand that this could mean something that we just don't know. Nobody knows what this means for the game besides him himself. He has his own, again, ideologies on how he wants to steer the game. That's what he does. He's steering the game in his path that he wants to go, while also being, you know, dictated by the by the publishing branch that need to make the money out of the game. So, you know, everything they're going to do is going to be money based. That's just how it is. But, you know, if he wants to try and, you know, convince his publishing branch, maybe making better servers is going to actually be a profit for the game. It's going to bring players to the game because, you know, we lose a lot of players to stability. Maybe if we upgrade the servers, we'll get a lot more player base, and our player base won't leave the game if they're already trying it out. You know, it depends on that whole thing. And again, I could be completely wrong about that entire process. Like I said, I'm not a dev. I don't know what executive producer means. I know what lead dev means, and I basically explained the lead dev, and that's what Avarem's always portrayed himself as, even in this producer's letter. I was going to call it executive producer's letter, but in this producer's letter, you know, he says, oh, you know, I'm the lead, I'm leaving, this is the new leader of the game, he's going to ride off in the sunset with you guys and all that stuff. So, you know, I'm assuming right now, so hopefully I'm not wrong. And yeah, and most of the subjects I covered, so Avarem, you can say what you want about the game, you can say what you want about Avarem himself, but he is the one that shaped this game to be what it is. It's like, I always get the question, if you could decide what developer made Trove instead of Trion, what developer would you choose? And I always say, none. There is no developer that I would want to have had made Trove, because the thing is, this is an idea. A game isn't an idea. You can't just say who would you rather have had made the game, because the game would be completely different if someone else had made it. It wouldn't be even the same. It could not even be a voxel-based game, you know, if someone else had the IP for Trove. So, you know, again, say what you want about the game, and then you can associate that with Avarem if you want. Say that it was his idea, he ruined the game because of X thing, you know, he made class coins pay to win back in the day. But he is the one that shaped this game to be what it is. So always, 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 I will have respect for Avarem. He shaped an I don't want to say made, but he shaped an extremely unique game that just is like no other. There is literally no other game like it. Sure, it's voxel based, so Cube World. Sure, it has abilities, so Cube World. It did right off the back of Cube World. That is a given. It was even like advertised like that back in the day, back in 2013. You know, that's how it was advertised. So yes, it came off the back of Cube World. But it is so far away from Cube World nowadays that it's crazy. It is so much in depth. The stats, if you want to go as in depth as you want with a game, you can do that with, you know, with Trove. If you want to play the game as casual as you want to play it, you could do that with Trove. It fits all play styles, and sure, there's not a ton of content to do, but the content that is there is very, very unique. And that's why I will never, you know, whenever I get that question, like I said, who would you rather have develop Trove rather than Trion, there is no other developer that I would want to, you know, develop it, because it's not their idea. This was their idea. This was Trion's idea, the Trove devs' idea, Andrew's steering of the ship's idea, you know? So, like I said, this is why I'm kind of skeptical, you know? This was, he steered it to what it was. The new guy can be, you know, he could steer it in the right direction, he could steer it in the wrong direction. It's all in the future. But the reason why I'm even saying this is because I did want to make mention that, yes, I do have the utmost respect for Avarem as a lead developer, and I am really sad to see him go, because I don't, it's like, you know, it's scary. It's like getting a new president, you know? You don't know what they're going to do. You don't know what they're going to do with what you are involved in. So, you know, it's because this person, you know who he is. He's the one that created what's already there. you don't know what this other person is going to do. So it's always scary. And I'm not trying to be skeptical of the new guy. I'm just saying, you know, we don't know much about him, and you know, it's all up in the air from now on. And like I said, it can mean nothing. It could, like, the game could follow the same path. Avarem could have laid out a 5-year, you know, plan, and he could just stick to that plan if he wants to. You know, it's all up in the air. But you know, I did want to say my farewells to Avarem. Yes, I am sorry that I that one time when it came out for Mantle of Power, I gave you guys slack for, you know, or I didn't give you guys slack. I gave you guys the opposite of that. You know, I gave you guys crap for drinking on the stream, and they never drank on the stream after that. Now I'm so sorry. But you know, that's back when I was playing it up. You know, that's when I was in the whole, you know, bash Trion every single day. And you know, looking back, you know, maybe it was really wrong, because you know, they do make mention of that quite a lot on the stream, and I am sorry for that. I am very sorry. But yeah, I hope I didn't go too much off track. You guys know me, my brain, it sticks to a subject, and then I can look at a dog, and then my brain goes somewhere else. So, you know, hopefully that was cohesive, and people understood what I was saying, and hopefully I didn't miss any points, because I don't go off a script when I make these things. I don't have any notes in front of me besides the producer's letter, so hopefully there was something very important. If I had something very important, hopefully I didn't miss it. So yeah, hopefully it was all worked out. So just to go over the stuff that's actually coming to the future, again, this is in the producer's letter, which you can find out in the description below. So you know, the dude Rick, I keep calling him the dude. I probably shouldn't call him the dude, but you know, his name isn't, you know, stuck in my mind like Avarem. I've been following Avarem for 3 years. You know, I've seen him for 3 years. He was literally the person that wrote the first ever patch notes for like an entire year before someone else took over, and did all the live streams and stuff. So with Dope Sheet, but yeah. So Rick Den Other, I don't know how to say his handle, so I'd rather just call him Rick, to be honest. I hope he doesn't mind. But you know, Rick, he wrote out the future for, well, the you know, for 2017. The rest of the year, what's coming for the rest of the year. So, hands down, or right off the bat, not hands down, right off the bat, the Megalithic update is the official name for the PC and console synchronization patch, and it is coming extremely soon. I'm assuming that they're going to announce it next week, actually. That's just me assuming, but I really think, guys, I have a hunch that they're going to be announcing it next week, the release date, which might be even in a month. That's what I am just assuming, because it does line up with a lot of things that we've talked about before. Now, with this update, if you don't know yet, because, you know, I mean, basically, if you just watch my videos, you know everything that is in PC, but just to cover a few major points which they covered, is it's going to be, you know, coming out with this is for consoles, again, it's a synchronization patch, so everything will be synchronized between PC and consoles, and this includes the Dino Tamer class. You guys are getting the Dino Tamer class. With that, the Jurassic Biome, class crafting, which is from the chaos chest that you get, the untradable chaos chest that you get from just gameplay. So, you know, you can get classes through gameplay finally without having to actually buy class coins, which there's not even going to be class coins. They took that out of them out of the game on PC, so you can only get classes from either credits, which you could buy with credit pouches, which will also be coming to consoles, and also through the class crafting system through the Chaos Crafter. Also, there's going to be in-game events. You guys see we get events every 2 weeks. You know, next week is the Depth Charge event. You guys saw, you know, the St. Quibzlik Day event, the Christmas event, all those events that you guys didn't get any of them. You will now start getting them again, or finally, faster leveling. So what that means is they did nerf the XP, or they nerfed the experience required from 20 to 30, so it makes getting to level 30 a little bit faster. It's not that big of a deal, but it is a little bit faster. You guys are going to get the daily login chests, you're going to get mini games, and so much more, and it could not be more blatant with the phrase "so much more." You guys are going to get smacked in the face with a freaking 20-pound bass. I am not joking you. You guys are going to get so much content because you guys are almost 2 years behind. You guys got mental power, but you only got the gems and the zones. You did not get anything else from mental power. Trust me, guys. You guys are so far behind. It is insane. So you guys are going to get a ton of content when that comes out. Of course, PC already has all the content, but you guys don't, and it's going to be one huge patch. That's the bad thing about it. Like, it's good that you guys are getting up to date with PC, but there's so much stuff that you guys are far behind on, and it's all going to come at once. It's going to be so overwhelming. I really feel bad for you guys. You guys don't even have someone that's Mastery 500 yet, and like a month after the Megalithic update, you guys are going to have Mastery 500. No one's going to be yellow on console. Unless someone pays to win. You know, no one's going to be yellow on console, which kind of, you know, like I said, it's kind of overwhelming for you guys. I understand that, and I would really feel for you guys. But, you know, because we get hours drip fed to us. That's what PC gets. You know, every 2 weeks to a month to even 2 months, we get a little bit of updates. A little bit. We get drip fed. You guys are going to get freaking dumped on. So yeah, but and then after the Megalithic update, which is, you know, the synchronization patch, is going to be the big power update, which is revolved around Shadow Towers. We already know all that stuff. They did give a little bit of spoilers. They said that Daughter of the Moon is going to be on the 6th floor, which means they're adding 2 new bosses. I did have a hunch in a previous not Let's Play series, but news series about an extra boss besides the Hydra boss. I think it was like a month ago or 2 months ago. They did make a very, like, I even said it in the news video. They said the very specific word, bosses. I made a huge deal about it in that news video, and it turns out that is actually true. They did specifically say bosses, and they were not mistaken. There's going to be 2 new bosses at least that we know of. There's the Hydra boss, which already was announced almost 2 years ago. It was December of 2015 in a producer's letter again, or it was like it was a FAQ, a Q&A that was with Avarem. And there's this random, you know, this unknown boss, and that's all they said in this producer's letter. But we already know a lot of stuff. They're going to be coming out with the group system. It might not come with the next big update, but it'll come with the update after that. We already know that, so that's going to be very huge, especially for my streaming, because I'm going to start streaming again soon, with the group with the, you know, the grouping, you know, official groups and stuff like that. And there's going to be, you know, the new costumes maybe for Lunar Souls, and, you know, the souls are going to get updates and stuff like that. All the stuff that we've already discussed for the past like 6 months to a year is going to be coming into this next update, so we don't kind of go too much in depth. But then there's going to, they said, here's a look at some of the content that will be coming in 2017. So this is stuff coming also with the next big patch, but also later on down the line. So the ability to unlock and designate a subclass to gain new abilities on your active class. This is a big one. This one caught my attention instantly, and I'm glad it's the first bullet point. They came out strong with it. So the ability to unlock and designate a subclass. This is how kind of Guild Wars 2 did it with their expansion, which was pretty cool. You know, you get new, basically you take a class and you decide one of 2 routes. I think that's how it was. They can do it different, obviously. They can do it in their own way, but, you know, usually, you know, you choose one of 2 paths you want to go, and then that's your new class. You take a knight, you make a freaking dragon knight. Like, that's how cool it's going to be. Hopefully they make it, you know, hopefully, again, new leader, we gotta see how he you know, proves things and stuff like that. But I would love to see like a dragon knight and stuff like that, you know, combined classes. I don't know if this means that they're basically saying, you know, take Dracolite and a knight and combine them, or take a Dino Tamer and a Neon Ninja and combine them. I believe that they're going to make completely new things, kind of like how class gems are right now. You know, class gems are basically subclasses, kind of. They're supposed to buff one ability on your class. I believe this is going to be a total, you know, this is going to be class gems on every ability, basically. And it's going to be like a decision that you make. Or maybe it's only one subclass, and you either have the decision to be the subclass or not. And hopefully it's interchangeable. Hopefully if you become a Dragon Knight, again, this is just my idea, because Dragon Knights seem freaking awesome. And I believe that was one of the actual things in Guild Wars 2 as well. So, you know, I hope you can interchange them. If you don't want to be a Dragon Knight anymore, maybe you can take off whatever makes you this subclass. We don't know anything about it yet. It's literally just, they hit us with it right now. But, you know, hopefully you can take it off, put it back on, however you're going to do that. Or it could just mean new class gems. We don't know yet. I don't think it means class gems, because I think they would have been a little bit more specific if it meant class gems. Next up is long-awaited enhancements to clubs, including club levels, member ranks, and tiered rewards. So this is the club expansion that was, again, announced in December of 2015 in that big Q&A. So we're still waiting on that one, and we know a lot of it, but we don't know all of it. But, you know, it's going to be cool. Once that comes in, I've been waiting. My club hasn't been touched in not 2 years, about a year and a half. My club has not been touched because I've been waiting for this update ever since the Bulldozer came out. because I have a lot of trolls that watch me. Who would have thought? You know, a person like me that's very controversial has a lot of trolls and haters. So, you know, that's something that I'm going to be waiting for. A massive increase in mastery cap and prizes earned for gaining mastery. That's coming in the next big update. That's one of the ones that's almost confirmed for the next big update. So that's going to be mastery 500, and it says that you're going to get new rewards. Obviously, you know, when they upgrade the mastery, most of the time they include new rewards. When it was like 100 to 200 when they announced or when they released Mastery 200, I don't think there was any rewards. It was one of those, either 100 to 200 or 200 to 300. I forget. It was back in beta though. And then plasma fishing. Plasma fishing's literally been in the game since fishing came out. They just haven't unlocked it yet, and they're going to be fine, or they don't have fish for it yet. So they're finally going to be coming out with plasma fishing this year. So yeah, I know that's like a joke in the game, but I'm not. I don't care. Honestly, fishing's so boring anyways. Like it's always been a meme, yeah, within the community. You know how communities always have their memes, you know, they're within memes, or their insider memes, and that's been one of them with Trove, and now that Avarem's gone is so, you know, coincidental. I'm pretty sure it's like, you know, it was a joke, but you know, it lined up perfectly with Avarem leaving. Now we're getting plasma fishing because this is always his meme that he made. It was always his joke. So that's you know, it's pretty funny, I guess. But yeah, so that's it. My voice is hurting, so I'm sorry if I'm not super, like, you know, into it right now. I don't know. My voice hurts so bad. That's why I didn't make a video yesterday, guys. But yeah, that's a very long video. I've been talking for 21 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed all 21 minutes of it. We had a lot to talk about today because the game is literally could be changing forever. So I had a lot of discussion to talk about today. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like and share it with your friends. Also, if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button and the bell next to it so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. I am also a brand new partner to Humble Bundle. I am super excited. I'll have a video with all the details out in the future, but for now you can use my link in the description below or click the card on the screen right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.